today we are here with the award-winning MC Barber.
Hey everyone, this is MC Barber. Today I have a regular classic haircut. What I mean by it, you know how in everyday barbershop you get a client that says, I just want 1.5 on the side, I want the top short, I kind of push a little bit to the side. Oh yeah, and I want my back tapered. So it's just simple. So here, as I said this week, I decided to do your average daily haircuts. So first thing I do is actually 1.5, since my client asked for that. He wants 1.5. It's nice and easy, simple. So I use 1.5. I remove the bulk, and I create a foundation. Excuse me. I create a foundation for my haircut. As you can see, as I go towards the top, I almost blend to top with 1.5. It literally gets longer as it goes higher because I'm elevating my clippers away from the skull and I'm leaving the hair longer. So really connecting my top to the sides is going to be extremely easy and quick. It will literally take me minutes with scissors, and this will be a perfect haircut. So this is my first step now, working on the foundation creation, bulk removal, and lucky for me, he just wants 1.5. But very first thing I did, I kind of sprayed the hair down a little bit, kind of moistened it, wet it down a little bit, and then I comb it into place. So now when I go with my clippers, the hair is really not running around for my clippers. It stays in place, and it makes it a lot easier for me to cut. I like to have my clients keep their head straight when I work. It just makes it easier, and I can actually visualize what I'm creating a lot easier. Usually I like to visualize the haircut that I'm about to create and just work on it. It makes it easy. You have to understand what your goal is and visualize it and just work towards it. So now you see that my 1.5 did a really good job. I mean, I almost blended it to the top. It's going to be easy to connect it now. Now I'm going to start with the tapering. Here I have my clippers. They are open, and then I close them and blend into the half of one. I do the same thing on the side, on the sideburns. I love these type of haircuts. They are nice, easy, and quick. This is like when you are having a busy day and you get a haircut like this, and you're like, all right, this is my break. Now I'm using 1.5, and I am blending into. Excuse me. Now I'm using 1/16 of an inch, and I'm blending into 1.5. Most of the haircuts that I do in the barbershop these days, we do the taper in the back. Rarely do we actually have a line, even on the longer hairs. And personally, I prefer taper over a line at the back because the way hair grows after a few days, you'll just have hair growing all around the line. This way, it's almost like natural. It just grows everywhere and it grows evenly. So that's why I prefer the tapers, but there is nothing wrong with a line. Line is just as nice. It's just a personal preference. I learned over the years that, you know, how some people will tell you, oh, no, that's wrong, that's wrong. No, if it's not the way you do it, it's wrong. I don't think that whatsoever. I think if something that you like and works for you, it's actually perfect. That's the right thing. And if you do something and it just works for you, just go ahead with it, man. That's the way it should be. Especially if your clients like it, that's all it counts. You know, it's what makes the clients happy, not what others think about it. So my goal is, in general, is to make my clients happy and to make it the easiest possible way for me to get it done, and that's all it's about. I was at the classes where they were teaching how to do, lines on the sides of the neck, and I mean, the person was like, everything was wrong. I mean, unless he was like, the way he's doing it, it's wrong. If you are cutting with scissors from the ear and going down, it's like, oh, that's wrong. You got to go up. I mean, hey, as long as you can create a very nice line and clean, and that works for you, hey, that's the right way to do it, man. So yes, you got to follow the certain rules and guidelines and techniques, but there is always room for, for what works for you. You know, you can be creative yourself. So here we did 1.5 on the top. I was showing my client there that a lot of times you'll have barbers that will cut the bangs straight, and you almost have a bangs like a little girl. You know, very heavy and straight across your forehead. I usually don't like to cut the bangs like that. I just comb them straight up. I cut them across. Your hairline is naturally uneven, so when the hair falls down, it will fall naturally. Will come down uneven, and then I'll just take here or there like the long hairs that are sticking out, but leave the your bangs almost looking kind of natural and uneven. They are naturally uneven when they grow out, because the way their hairline grows, it's uneven. So I like to leave them naturally looking rather than more heavy straight across bangs. Here, just for texture, and when he wants to style his hair and kind of to break the hair down, Dishana has slightly thick hair, I'm using a straight edge razor. It creates nice texture, so when he applies product, he can either make it really smooth, or he can make it like texture looking like almost like spiky, even though he's going to keep it down. So the razor is actually a great tool for that. It's really important to learn how to properly use the razor. The proper movement of the razor is extremely important. How you hold the razor and how you move with it really determines how much hair you remove. So it is very important that you learn the foundation of the razor movement. So I will obviously have videos on that coming soon, and I will have about 8 or 9 different techniques with a straight edge razor, from sculpting, point cutting, notching, thinning, blunt cutting, and so on. Here now, just to connect the top with the sides, I'm doing scissor over comb. Notice how I only move my thumb when I do scissor over comb. I do not move my stationary blade. It is extremely important that when you do scissor over comb, that your stationary blade is still, not just when you do scissor over comb, but any scissor technique. as long as you control your stationary blade. You do not have to worry to cut yourself or your client, as long as you are aware of where your stationary blade is at all times, because your moving blade has to come down to the stationary blade. So you be aware of your stationary blade and only move your thumb, which moves only your moving blade, your cutting blade. So I'm going to actually talk about this extensively down to science on my videos: how to hold your scissors, how to open and close them, how to palm them, how to control your blades. And there it is, folks. I really enjoy doing this haircut. I hope that you enjoyed watching it. If you like this haircut, for more videos like this, please subscribe to my channel. mcbarber.com is my website. The MC Barber is my Instagram. THEMC Barber at THEMC Barber Instagram. And there it is, your classic regular haircut.